Interpretation of seeing eating sesame in a dream in detail. Seeing eating sesame in a dream, this indicates the existence of goodness and abundant sustenance for the dreamer, and as it is known that sesame is good in all its qualities, if he saw sesame, or if it was eaten from it, or if it was seen or otherwise, and every dream is interpreted with its details and for his person as well. According to his description, the interpretation of seeing eating sesame in a dream in detail and its ages. Also, if a man differs from a young man, and if the dreamer is a single girl, then she differs from the vision of a married woman or a pregnant woman. Today we will learn together about all the interpretations related to the dream of eating sesame. The vision of sesame seeds in a dream and the interpretation of the dream of eating sesame candy. Stay with us to get to know them together. Interpretation of seeing sesame in a dream for a single girl. If a single girl sees in her dream that she takes a small plate of sesame, and does not eat it, and only watches it, and someone else comes and takes the plate from her with all the sesame in it and eats it all, this may indicate a connection between the one who ate from the plate and the dreaming single girl. It may also be interpreted that if a single girl sees in her dream that she eats a lot of roasted sesame, this indicates abundant goodness and a lot of sustenance for this single girl dreaming of this. But she will seek a little bit after something she wants so badly, but she will rest after that. If a single girl sees in her dream that someone knows her and knows him and brings her a little sesame, and it was tasted by the single girl as if it tasted sweet, this indicates that this single girl will witness a serious stage in her life, but she will be very happy with that, and God will make good for her, and her family is abundant. Interpretation of watching sesame in a dream for a married woman. If a married woman sees in a dream that she eats sesame, but she eats a lot of it, and its taste is sweet, this indicates that this married woman will receive good news about her children or about her husband, and she will be very happy to hear this good news. It also explains that if a married woman sees in a dream her husband eats a lot of sesame, and he does not like it very much, this indicates that there are some things that annoy her husband and are not the reason, but the surroundings are a reason for that. It also explains that if a married woman sees in a dream that her children are eating sesame, and they have a lot of it, this indicates that this woman will allow very great news for the sake of her children and will be very happy for that. Interpretation of seeing sesame in a dream for a man and its meaning. If a man sees in his dream that he eats a lot of raw sesame, this indicates his complete need for something that he wants in his life, but it is a little difficult to obtain. But after a short period of time he will reach it. It also explains that if a man sees in a dream that he craves a lot to eat sesame, but he cannot reach it, and a woman comes to him and brings him a large plate of roasted sesame, and he starts eating it greedily until he finishes the plate completely and was happy with that, this indicates the existence of love between them, and they will progress at this stage. It is also interpreted that if a man sees in his dream that he is giving a woman a plate of sesame, but the sesame was raw and he started to watch his way to eat it in the sesame plate, this indicates that he has obtained a place he wants in work or in society, and this is also good for the woman who is with him. The meaning of seeing sesame in a pregnant woman's dream and its interpretation. There are many interpretations of eating sesame for a pregnant woman. If a pregnant woman sees in a dream that she is eating from sesame, and she has a great desire for it, this indicates that God will provide her with a child she wants if she is a child or a child. It also explains that if a pregnant woman sees in her dream that she wants to eat roasted sesame, but she cannot reach it or she does not know how to eat it, this indicates her excessive fear at the time of childbirth, but this fear will end and God will be with her, God willing, and nothing bad will happen to them. And just as if a pregnant woman sees in her dream that her husband eats a lot of sesame, but he does not want much to eat it and only eats it from his spare time, this indicates that there is some coldness in his and his wife's life, but for a short period, and then vitality and happiness will return to them again. Interpretation of seeing eating sesame in a dream for young people and its meaning. It is explained that if a young man saw in his dream that a very beautiful woman came to him, and gave him a small dish that contained a lot of sesame, and he began to eat in it until the whole dish was finished and then left him and went. This indicates that someone will help him for something that is he seeks and sees him hard and wants to take him. It may also be interpreted that if a young man sees in his dream that he wants to eat sesame, but he cannot find it, then this indicates that he is striving for something that he wants and is desperate, but I sold a little bit of effort, and it will reach him without any return in that matter. It is also interpreted that if a young man sees in a dream that he is taking sesame and giving it to a girl, but she was not happy with taking it from that young man, this indicates that the young man wants to form a serious relationship with this girl, but she did not feel anything towards the dreamer young man. Thus, we have come together to the end of the video of the day in which we collected for you all the interpretations of the dream of eating sesame. And you introduced them to each interpretation for each person of ages, and if the dreaming person is related or not, and you know that the interpretation of a pregnant woman is different from a married woman and differs from a single girl as well, and a man differs from a young man, so I hope that you will like the video, and we will always be at your best thought.